Hello guys, my name is Oskar, I'm 17 years of age and I'm currently a 300 RR Jett main. My peak was 407 last act. I consistently hit 300 RR every act. Throughout my learning experience, there has been a lot of suboptimal videos that I've been watching. A lot of shit on the YouTube that give wrong or slightly off information about how you play the game. And I want to make a video that goes from all the way from the beginner state to the expert state, that goes through all of the fundamentals for the Jett as a character that anyone can watch at any moment of time. I'll make timestamps throughout all the videos. This is going to be a series. If you are just starting out or if you're an advanced player, I promise you will learn something from this video and I hope you will enjoy the ride.
So, first and foremost, let's talk about the abilities of the character. We first have the Cloud Burst, which costs 200 credits. It says in the description, instantly throw a projectile that expands into a brief vision blocking cloud or impact on impact with the surface. Hold the ability key to curve the smoke and direction of your crosshair. So what this means is that when I press the Cloudburst button, it shoots out a projectile, which is the smoke, until it hits a surface where it then projects and obviously becomes to a smoke. What it also means is that I can curve it when moving my mouse mid-air. So I can curve it.
Blocking sight.
Which means if I want to smoke around this corner, I can do so. Then we have the updraft, instantly propel Jett high into the air. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. You press the key, you jump into the air. When you press the button, it has a set distance. So you can see right here, when I press the button, I can't jump on this. But if I actually jump before I use it, it will still have this same set distance from that point. And the point starts higher up in the air. And I land higher. Then we have the tailwind. Activates to prepare a gust of wind for a limited time. Reuse the wind to propel Jett in the direction she is moving. If Jett is standing still, she propels forwards. Tailwind charge resets every 2 kills. You activate the ability, and then you see there's a bar on your screen. It says press again to dash, and yeah, you just press it again to dash forwards. If I move to the right or hold my A key, I move to the left. I dash to the left. If I hold the D key, I dash to the right. S key, backwards, and so on and so forth. Every 2 kill, you actually reset this ability, which is very, very nice because it means that you can use it early in the round, get a kill or dash however you want in any situation, and then you will, after 2 kills, have a new reset dash, which you can use later on in the rounds, which is very nice. Then for the ultimate, she has the Blade Storm. Equip a set of highly accurate throwing knives. Fire to throw a single knife and recharge knives on a kill. All fire to throw all remaining daggers but does not recharge on a kill. Yeah, so what this means is that if I pop the ultimate, I have these 5 knives, which I can use. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But if I press the right click instead of the left click, it throws all 5 at the same time, which means in close range scenarios, it might be more effective for a higher damage on lower time frame. It's very important to note that when you use the left click, you recharge all your knives on a kill. So if I kill a player right here, I get the kill, then all my knives are back and I can restart from 5. But when I right click, it doesn't actually do that. I just lose my my ults. So yeah, situational for when you want to use those as well.
The knives are actually 100% accurate, which means if you're running around, you still hit them with 100% accuracy, which is very important because that means you have a very big advantage fighting enemies, because obviously they have to stand still to shoot, which makes them an easy target for you, but you can actually move and be a very hard target for them to hit.
Okay, then I think it's time to go over how to use these abilities in a actual match. Let's start off by starting on the attack side and doing a simple A rush execute. This will show you the basic and fundamentals of Jett's kit and how she utilizes her Cloudburst and Tailwind and Updraft for a simple exec. The main objective with Jett's kit is to take space, fight for spaces, and get map control for the team. Because in this game, map control means information, and the more information you have, the easier it is to read the enemies, to use your utility efficiently to destruct the enemy composition. And so what does that actually mean? And why is Jett good for this exact purpose? The main reason Jett is used for space gathering and for clearing space is because of her tailwind, the dash. This ability right here has a very unique ability. Within a fight, you can leave instantly. Like, let's say I'm holding this angle, a guy's peeking me, and my crosshair is here. Boom, I can leave and I'm safe. Which means that if I'm gonna engage a fight anywhere, I can get out safely at any moment of time. So it's essentially a very risk-free fight. But let's say you're a sentinel, which doesn't have, or any other agent that doesn't have this ability, then they would be in the fight and then they cannot leave, and so they are forced to either die or kill. Okay, so now that we have gone over how our dash at the fundamental level works, how do we use this in action? How does it look like in action? On all maps, there are these things called choke points, which are essentially places at the map where you will, at a high percentage of time, meet enemy resistance. What a lot of Jetts do is use their dash to take the space out of those choke points, which is a very effective way to take space. Now, how do I do this for the A site, the A execute? How do I execute an A? Well, if I just dash this out like this, and the enemies here are gonna look at me and not look here. But again, if I dash this in randomly open, it takes time to pull up my knife and I will probably just die, and the enemy will just go right back to holding the choke point. So how do we fix this? Well, there's a simple solution. You throw a smoke and you dash into it. That way, if there's a guy close here, here, they cannot see you, and so it's hard to kill you. And so what you essentially do is that after your dash, look left, right for the information. Now you know where they are. You can call it out to your teammates. You're safe since you're in the smoke. And these players here have to choose where to hold their crosshair. Either here and die from your teammates running out, or here and die from you pushing out the smoke. Right? So I have teammates. I look for flash. Flash A, boom. Executing, left, right. Guy close right. Enemies peek out. They either kill him, or one guy dies, and I swing out the smoke. And trade. So yeah, that's basically how you use the Jett dash in a very effective way to take space for your team and to make it extremely difficult for the enemies to punish the executes. Now, this executes, or this idea of taking the space with a cloudburst and your dash, is used on every map. Every map, every game, you see it all the time. Jetts do it in pro play, Jetts do it in ranked, Jetts do it all the time. Even from the lowest ranks, people do this play. It's very simple, it's very effective, it's very easy to do. But how can we maximize the effect of this use? What you will realize when you start getting better is that this method of clearing close angles and dashing into your smoke is not only good for choke points, they're good everywhere. Every single place on a map where you're trying to take space, you can do this play. If you know there's a guy, you're taking mid control, or smoke, you have mid control, right? Oh, your dart scans one close right. Or we know there's one close right of sound. Boom. Do the exact same thing, right? And teammates peek out, I peek out here, it's a free kill. Market. Let's push market. I'm getting a KO flash. I know there's one market. Boom. He's dead. Now, let's go over the cloudburst. We already have figured out one use for it, and that's using it to our own cover. But this cloudburst can be used for hundreds of different scenarios. It can be used for a one-way. It can be used for just fast cover, as I'm executing. Just cover like this, and boom. Even though they last for like 2 seconds, I still get cover from all of these areas. I can even help my teammates sticking the fuse or planting the bomb by smoking them off, so the enemies can't see your teammates on the bomb. So yeah, the smoke is basically just a fast smoke that you can use in very versatile scenarios and a lot of different scenarios. Now, let's go over the updraft. For the attack side use, you can use this for a lot of things. There isn't really any primary use for this on the attack side, I would say. You can use it for levitation. Like, let's say I want to take a main space fast. I can use my dash and updraft like this to take the space fast. On the execute, I can also use it to get on top of this gent. If it's post plant, you can get it weird positions on the post plant itself.
I can even go a bit crazy, dash in, updrafting all people if I have teammates behind me. So a lot of different things you can do with this, mostly levitated areas that you cannot get to without the updrafts, because that obviously throws off the enemy because they don't expect you to be in such an area. On the defense side, it's always also used primarily for positional advantage. Getting into places where the enemy don't expect you to be. For the ult itself, we have already explained what it does, but how do you use it? I would like to think of the Jett knives as a gun that's in a round where you might usually want to save to have a gun next round. You can force because you know we have Jett knives next round, or you have Jett knives on an eco round, and so you want to use the Jett knives on the eco round even though you're technically ecoing. So yeah, the Jett knives are very strong because they're 100% accurate. So using this ability, you just basically want to be moving all the time, okay? With this ability, you have the advantage because you don't need to stop. You don't need to counter strafe. You don't need to do any of this. You can just run around and shoot them in the head and they won't be able to hit you back because you're moving like an Apex player, okay? You can combine this with your dash and updraft to get into weird positions because you can obviously shoot them in the air because of the 100% accuracy, and it's very hard to hit you. You're in the air floating and moving. Now, you might be asking, well, how do I use the dash for on defense side? Half the map is on the defense side, so I need to know how to use it on that side as well. On the attack side, the dash was used for space taking, right? That also applies on the defense side. Just in a bit more solo way, at least in ranked, it's much more like you're more isolated on the defender side than on the attacker side. But basically how it works is that whenever you pop your dash, you can get out of jail like easily, right? Like it's a get out of jail free card. You can take a fight, get out for free. So what you might see is that people peek out wide on A main, for example, with their dash, and then get a kill, dash out, boom, and the enemy can't trade because you're so fast to get out. Let's say, oh, I have short. I hear people cat. I get a KO flash, or even without a KO flash, I can go for a kill and get off easily, right? It can be literally used literally everywhere. The Jett dash can also be used to take space a lot more combined with util, which is deadly efficient. For example, the DRX play, where you basically, as soon as the barrier drops right here, you get a KO flash right here, you dash up, they're full bind, and you boom, you kill everyone, you have tiles for free, and it's just a very aggressive way of using the dash and to take map control. So the same idea applies as in the attacker side, it just plays out a bit different, you're a bit more solo. Another way to use your dash is to use it for the retakes. The same theory applies. You want to use the dash to take space. Let's say I'm pushing heaven, we're gonna retake, right? I get a flash, I can dash onto the dice, I can dash onto heaven right here, I can dash up to heaven right here, get the space, fight with my teammates, I can dash onto generator, just basically take space. A lot of people will also dash out from tree because they get so much information right here, right? Close switch, Jan, under, and it's just a very, very hard time for the defenders, or for, in this case, the attackers, to pay attention to both the Jett dashing and the choke point that your teammates are coming from. So that's it, guys. Again, this video, it was meant for the beginner, complete beginner, just about like the general fundamentals of each ability and how they're kind of played out in the game. I tried to not go too situational. If there is any questions that you think is fundamental that I have missed, or any questions at all, just feel free to ask me in the comments and I'll answer them happily. Thank you very much.